Corn School is brought to you by BASF and Pride Seeds.
Okay. Corn School comes to you today from just outside Guelph, Ontario, where we're joined by Mike Cobra, who's the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture wheat specialist. And Mike, today we want to talk about corn, and let's talk about some strategies for growers getting out there and managing weeds this year. Tell us about, where residual is fitting in right now, and some strategies that we were talking about off camera about how growers can incorporate more residual into their control.
Well, I think one of the things that I'm encouraged by is you see a lot of growers incorporating some sort of residual herbicide into the Roundup Ready corn program. We call those setup treatments, so it's usually a reduced rate of a broad spectrum herbicide that goes down pre-emerge. Sometimes that's with nitrogen, it's a weed and feed system. And you're seeing a lot more producers do that, and that's a good thing. There's a couple of situations that have happened this spring already where we'll want to pay attention to that and tweak management potentially. So I'll be specific. In the last week, there's been a couple of things pop up. One, we haven't had a whole lot of moisture. It's been dry in parts of the province. So if we don't have a lot of moisture for activation, that might reduce the effectiveness of those setup treatments. Might mean we have to pull the trigger earlier post-emergent in that crop. So that's one thing. We'll address that in a bit. Secondly, there's been some dust storms moving dirt around that possibly could compromise the effectiveness of those residual setup treatments as well. So what we know about those residual setup treatments is in our comparative trials at the University of Guelph, they generally, if all conditions are great, everything's going hunky-dory, you'll get some good residual control up to the 6-7 leaf stage of corn. And so if we have reduced effectiveness because of poor moisture or dry conditions, we might run out of juice on those programs at about the 2 to 3 leaf stage. So I would encourage people to take a look when corn's spiking through 2nd, 3rd leaf stage and see if you're noticing any weed escapes at that time. It might be an indication that soil applied herbicides may be failing, and you might have to pull the trigger a little bit earlier on your in-crop application.